to a very sunny and bright conditions like these make it a lottery. Literally anybody can win.
That's it. Schumacher's away well.
It's lights out and away we go. Second place for Ferrari. Street and Sainz duking it out. The Australian driver takes second place.
Massa leads it though from Hamilton and Raikkonen and Kubica.
Alonso, Schumacher leads. George in the Sauber. Speed round the left-hander. What do you think Webber's thinking right now in terms of, I think he'll be trying to do the same snap move. He's going to have a go. Here he goes. And he makes it, does he? And I think Fernando will have to give him that place back. The Honda then of a Button. Just, wow, just...
Here come the lights. We are green.
This is now side by side for the race lead.
Yeah, big pile up there.
They're so close. Gets a bump for his trouble.
Mad stuff.
It's going to be a photo finish, folks.
Hello and welcome to the 2025 Mini Monaco GP, this year at a replica of the actual Monaco with the Formula 60. I'm Peter Butcher, you're watching Sim Broadcasts on Saturday the 22nd of March, and joining me in the commentary box again, it's Eoin Harmon. Eoin, welcome along.
Thank you very much, Pete. I've never experienced Mini Monaco before, but I'm delighted to have this opportunity to be alongside yourself and the Sim Broadcast team, with the NDO, of course, running this event. So yeah, this should be very, very fascinating for sure.
Will be indeed. This is a round 5 of a 12-round championship. We broadcast the first round at West Hill Cadet, and we are back for the Formula 60 at the Monaco GP replica that Sean Lee has painstakingly put together, and you can see the images of it in the background. Oh, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is extraordinary. Yeah, you'll definitely notice all the famous corners. Here they are in tow now. Obviously it's not going to be an easy task for these drivers, even if the overtaking opportunities may be a bit more possible with a smaller vehicle. But yeah, definitely all the familiar elevation changes, the tight hairpins, and indeed the tunnel have all been brought to life here in Live for Speed, and we're going to be really in for a treat to see them all barreling around the layout square with Mini Monaco.
Yeah, Chris has been working in the background this week to get the cameras as true to life as they appear on the Formula 1 broadcast. So that's going to be nice. It's going to be quite easy to recognise the various parts of the track, even though obviously we're using the layout editor in Live for Speed, so we don't get the textures or the high fidelity graphics that we would like. But anyway, it's a brilliant replica, and fair play to Sean for putting it together. Speaking of custom creations, here's the Formula 60, which we've seen plenty of times. Great races so far on our channel throughout the years with the Formula 60 by Facu23. It's a pokey little 1.3 litre flat 4 based on the Formula V. Oh, and this is a good fun little car, and nicely sized, I think, for the Monaco layout we have here today.
Yeah, without a doubt. There are no wings on either side of the chassis, just to make things a little bit tricky. You got to rely on your mechanical grip, and yeah, the drivers won't be able to use their gearbox that much. They'll certainly be shifting up on the straights, but when it comes to some of the twistier sections, they're going to be first or second gear, and they have to be very cautious to make sure they don't change up at the wrong time. Otherwise, their acceleration will just vanish, and I'm sure people will swarm all over them. So yeah, it's definitely the tactical battle of having high acceleration, but you've got to be able to rev up in your low gears so you can make sure you can push out of each and every exit from the corners.
Indeed, it's going to be a fun event. Looking at the championship standings, paints quite a picture, and yeah, we've got a large number of drivers who've been taking part in this series throughout the championship so far. 4 rounds complete, and it is Sindra Silva who leads quite considerably. In fact, that is not true at all. I will remove that graphic from your screen. I very much apologise, and instead we should probably focus on the the qualifying instead, Owen, because we've got a grid of cars that have assembled, and we have, I think, 18 drivers ready to go for today's action. And it's Sufor who took pole position ahead of Sean and Twincam. So Sufor, new signing for Born to Race. His teammate is third, and Sean, the host, is in P2 at the moment.
Yeah, that's a big boon for Sean. It was a late lap to get himself onto that front row, but he pulled it out of the bag, and he gives himself every hope of joining the list of winners of Mini Monaco events in the past. So yeah, it dates back to 2022, the last time we had the previous version of the track run, and Pete, you are one of the winners back in 2019.
Yeah, but you can't compare it, Owen, because it was a different track at Blackwood Car Park with the UF1. So very, very different offering. It was literally the Mini Monaco, based on the Mini Cooper, of course. But yeah, different event, different drivers. We're in 2025 now, unbelievably, and we have an actual replica of Monaco for this event, which is really fun. Yeah, I think we're almost ready to go in the background. Apologies for the lack of championship standings, but we have a race on hand, and yeah, I guess with the time we have left, we can talk about what's to come in this series. We've got a lot of different layouts that we're going to enjoy. Of course, that's going to be with the Formula Skippy, not with the Formula 60. The Formula 60 just being used for this race this year.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a one of a kind event here for the Formula 60. So yeah, everyone should enjoy it while they have the chance to drive it. And indeed, yeah, the 1 to 2 scale circuit, yeah, will bring out certainly the best of these cars, I think. So yeah, you definitely can get side by side often enough to make it an actual feisty race with lots of battles. But yeah, definitely drivers will have to think about preserving their tires more than their fuel, as definitely the tanks are big enough to get to the end.
Yeah, I think we are almost ready to go. The drivers are set and are about to set off on their 37-lap race around the Monaco GP replica here in Need for Speed. It's Jonathan Prevost who is going to be the race director today, so you may or may not hear his voice on the broadcast if he has to call any interesting goings on throughout the action. But yeah, Owen, we have cars on the track. Take us away for the start of the 2025 Mini Monaco Grand Prix in LFS.
Yeah, here we go. Nice and compact. There's very little space between all the cars. They're bunched in, as of course the pit exit is marked with a wall rather than a painted line. So yeah, everyone will be squeezed in on the run down to Saint-Devat. So let's bring it on with Sufor and Sean leading them away. Let's see, Kirill and Twincam, could they make a difference? Oh, if anything, yeah, they're boxed in. And Dodislaw on the outside has a slight run on his teammate, but Sufor holds on to the lead. Oh, it's getting close again. Kirill, oh, he's hit his teammate in the back, and Kirill has spun it.
Oh, he's trapped Gabber as well.
And Gabor also in trouble. So yeah, big traffic jam here on the run down out of Casino. So this has interrupted a lot of the drivers, and Blaze has spun it as well. So Blaze Hungary also spun. Javier is stuck at the Grand Hotel hairpin. It's all going on now. This is extraordinary.
Well, it's Monaco. This car is tiny, but the track being half scale doesn't help things. But the car looks quite big, and obviously you've got super low grip because of the concrete surface they're driving on. So a bit of a shake-up after the first half a lap as we get through to the swimming pool chicane already. Sufor with a bit of a lead over Sean Lee coming into the final couple of corners here. Raskas and Anthony Noakes, through he goes. And that's
one
lap
lap
done.
complete.
Got
And
some
also
cars
very
taking
slow.
Mandatory pit stop, Owen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. My mistake. But yeah, it seems like early days. The teammates are all in the pits, and Nozzle's just sitting there doing nothing. I'm a bit confused what's going on.
Yeah, he's down at the first corner. Nozzle has completely stopped the car.
Yeah, he says his LFX is broken. And he's got no one around him on circuit.
Yeah, race controller aware, so we'll see what happens. But it looks like a technical issue. I think he's trying to spectate or something. But yeah, the cars are coming round to the end of the lap already. We've got Sufor there through ahead of Sean Lee. Twincam's still in third place. So actually, the top of this race completely undisturbed after the start, but everything else lower down. I mean, Gabler's managed to recover to P6. That's an incredible amount of places that he's managed to regain in just a lap. So very impressive. There is a bit of damage to the car, though.
Yeah, he would have picked up some bodywork as there was a lot of drivers stuck at Casino.
Oh, he's going in the pits.
And he's gone into the pits early himself with our onboard view from his Sidus Gabor Twitch stream. So he's just going to get probably splash and dash just to make absolutely sure, with a bit of repair as well.
Yeah, let's check out Rayman as he makes his way down the home straight behind the pit garages. Apologies for that. There we go. We pick him back up at turn number 1. And yeah, Rayman with a challenge on his hands here. Trying to go through on the inside. Oh, contact on the hot dog.
What's this? It's Haya. Oh, he's just arrowed in down the inside. There was no space, and that costs Rayman dearly. And Haya has also had to bear the brunt of that aggressive move, and he slides out of the Grand Hotel hairpin, so he has to get a U-turn done. He hits the wall just trying to do his 3-point turn, and now he's back on the road with Flyaway. Sorry, who would it be now? Gabor, yeah, he'd be out of the pits now, so Gabor will have to try and chase him down.
Over start finish, Sufor followed by Sean Lee, followed by Twincam, and then Manchester P4. And we've got a very large gap back to Robert Bozo. Then it's Magic across the line. Then we're waiting for Blaze, who is somewhere in distance, but you can see the spread of cars already is quite huge. We've got a group around Kirill again as we're going into the final corner. Side by side over start finish. Kirill defending from his teammate Dodislav. Dodislav's gone around the outside at Sandoval. Oh, sorry, Kirill's in the pink. My mistake. Kirill making that move around the outside on his teammate.
Oh, Javier. Oh, so close there with Dodislav. And this time it was a good defense from Javier.
Oh, there's
Kirill
in
hits
the rear.
Flyaway, and that causes him to slide out a bit. And in the melee, there's Dodislav again having a shot at Javier. He just can't get through. Now we've Rayman back in position for an attack himself.
Yeah, we ride on board through the tunnel, out of the tunnel, down to the Nivelle chicane, and well, for the sleeping policeman. And well, Rayman will not be able to make this 3 wide, certainly. But Dodislav, is he going to go for the move up the inside? No room to get through there. Oh, super close quarters through the end of the lap here. But it looks like good fun racing out there.
Yes, of course, yeah. A lot of drivers are very occupied at the minute, but Sean Lee with a fastest lap on the previous tour, a 1 minute 18.8. Definitely applying a bit of pressure to Sufor. It's only small gains, but they're gains nevertheless. And let's look from the back of Sufor now. You can see Sean putting a bit of a slide there. Sector time should be pretty equal again. 55.0 for Sufor, 55.2 for Sean. Almost nothing to separate these two drivers.
Yeah, we've got to move on at the hairpin. Dodislav going round the outside.
Oh, nice.
On Flyaway. That's the move made.
Yeah, Rayman will want to see how Dodislav pulled that off and maybe try something of his own. And yeah, Sufor now gets a fast lap himself. Oh, bit of a wobble again out of the Nouvelle chicane.
Rayman chasing down Flyaway now, trying to get through. He's gone for a send
Oh,
at the
great
swimming pool,
job.
and he's through. So too is through is Javier. Kirill's managed to get past Redbot finally, up to P9 at the start of lap 6. And it's now, well, still Sufor leading, a 1.7 second gap over Sean Lee. Then we've got Twin Cam making his way out of the tunnel. And Majesta. Vladislav spun out again, so he's just gained places and has given away those places straight away. Bit of contact as they head down towards the hairpin once again.
We've a battle in the tunnel. It's Kirill versus Blaze, and Kirill has made the overtake. It was really courageous stuff. Oh, he's so close to that outside barrier, just by the sea there. So thank goodness he didn't tag it with his rear left tire, and he carries on with the satisfaction of pulling off that overtake. And Blaze, he's hit the sleeping policeman way too hard there. He's got a chance to do a full-on recovery before Rayman can take advantage. So yeah, Blaze realizes it's probably time to get into the pits.
Yeah, Blaze did that at the end of qualifying, flipped the car into that, well, actually flipped over after exiting the swimming pool chicane and clipping the sleeping policeman, and almost did the same again. And in fact, I think he's retired. So yeah, Blaze has decided to call it a day, and we're down to 16 cars. And it's still Sufor with a convincing lead over Sean Lee, but the gap is coming down 0.2 of a second. It's dropped.
Yeah, it's looking better for Sean. Perhaps on this lap, we'll see for certain now in the final sector to the start-finish line. Sufor 118.49 and Sean 118.65. So yeah, it's another marginal gain here for Sufor. There's no threat of traffic just yet, but Nossel, he'd be down at the end of the lap now, so there is still the ability to keep pushing as hard as possible without any lapped cars to be dealing with just yet.
I mean, this is really amazing. This layout is in the air. This is floating. That's how Sean's been able to get the gradient changes of the track, and he's done an amazing job. I mean, fair play. It's quite immersive, to be fair.
Yeah, it does look extraordinary, it has to be said.
The fact you can tell where you are is enough for me. The experience of driving it is going to be similar, isn't it, to the real thing? As we've got Gabba in the background making a move on Javier around the outside, Massenet into Casino Square, and well, still alongside and through.
Yeah, that's the precise overtaking performance there I'd expect from Gabor. But he needs a lot more now that he did make his mandatory pit stop as early as he felt necessary after lap 1 didn't go his way. Sean Lee gets fastest lap back, giving himself nearly 7/10 of a return against Sufor. So this is the first opportunity that Sean could really have a go and take the lead of the race for the first time. But now into Tabak, Rayman blocks with he's used all the available track that he could, and yeah, this is important now for Gabor to make this overtake as soon as possible. Now head into La Rascas.
Yeah, brilliant to have his on board for this one. So thanks for that, Gabba. You can check him out on Twitch, Sidus Gabor on Twitch, of course. If you want to pull that up alongside the main broadcast, please do. Side by side in the background, but Gabba is trying to make a move into Sandevot.
Oh yeah, up the hill. He has a nose and 2 wheels in front. Can he get all 4s ahead? Yeah, he does, but it's so tricky to run the high line here. And Massenet looks safe enough, and then Casino. Very good, Gabor. He's made his overtake, and he is P9.
Yeah, while that was going on, Vladislav made the move on Javier again. So Hopefully he can keep it this time without making having another error. But at the front, Sean has closed the gap down to just over half a second. So Sufor is being caught. There is no doubt about it at this stage. And Sean is soon going to be into overtaking territory. And that is going to be easier said than done, as we know. Overtaking at Monaco is, well, impossible nearly to do cleanly.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, he's going to have to find his way. Yeah, onboard camera now. Just heading into the tunnel now. And this could be where Sufor could gain a little advantage. It's just about equal on speed. But yeah, with the ability to choose his racing line for the Nouvelle chicane, that'll help him out somewhat. And Sean will have to just watch heading into the final sector. Is there any way that he can get on that gearbox?
This is
So
brilliant.
close. Yeah, really, really good.
I'm happy to just sit here and watch this fight if you are, Eoin. Totally fine. Let's see what Sean can do. Riding on board his roll hoop. Nope, surely not into Sandoval. Though Sufor runs a bit wide, tags the wall. And, well, Sean is going to be thinking, where on earth in Monaco can I go for a send?
Yeah, could possibly have to be Portier if he can get the right approach. The hairpin, yeah, without the big hump and curb on the left-hand side, it's just a retaining wall. It's not as impossible, but yeah, it's so close. Yeah, Sufor here has pulled an advantage. Sean needing to use the wall there to get himself back in the direction he needs to go. And now there are lapped cars coming up soon, so this could be really valuable to one or both of these drivers, depending on the outcome. It would be Redbot and Flyway. I think they're almost going to be blue flags, and Flyway tags some of our sleeping policemen again. So Sufor needs to know about that. If these two battlers at the back of the grid are going to cause him a distraction. Haya comes into the pits.
Yeah, that's going to clear up a bit of space for Sean and Sufor. But as you said, there is going to be a traffic problem soon. Sean has sort of dropped back a little bit, so he's not in sort of overtaking range at the moment. So this could come down to the pit stop. It could come down to when Sean wants to go into the pits. He's clearly got, at this point, a pace advantage over Sufor. But does he risk coming into the pits? Because other drivers are being held up on the track. For example, Dodislav is being held up by Rayman. And this is a tricky situation for these guys because Dodislav has already made a stop and Rayman hasn't, so he is trapped in that position.
Yeah, that's very true. You can see on our timing tower who has made a pit stop or not. Kirill is the best of the drivers who have come in for a stop, with Gabor there in P9 just behind. So, yeah, Rayman is doing Dodislav a real headache now to make him struggle in the wake of that Formula 60. So yeah, Rayman is costing Dodislav so much here.
Yeah, as Redbot gets out of the way of our race leaders. So yeah, they've overtaken everyone down to P13 now of our two race leaders. So yep, they're through and clean, and Sufor is off onto his next lap.
Yeah, good to have Redbot in their mirrors at this stage, so they can get back to work. Sean is so close here. He's gained that 10th he would have lost on the last lap. Very, very marginal difference, but he's quicker on the first sector this go around. Sufor, yeah, he wants to follow the ordinary racing line, doesn't want to compromise by defending unnecessarily. Now, there they go for another dash to the tunnel after Portier. And Sean is just so close, but he knows if he does something reckless, then it will cost him. And he goes for the high line at the Nouvelle chicane. Sufor has it covered though.
Yeah, trying absolutely everything, but track position at Monaco is everything. And super difficult to get through. I wonder if Sean's going to be sort of forced into an early pit stop here. I mean, he has to, right? I don't see any other. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, well called.
Well, now we are going to see something interesting because I think Sufor has to respond to that. He has to come in on the next lap. He must know that Sean has got something over him. Yeah, Sean in the pits.
He's hoping Matt Jester won't catch up in time, and it is looking pretty good here, but it will be Twin Cam to inherit second place and team loyalty. That's going to be on play for 100% certainty. Twin Cam is going to block.
No, Sean is going to be so annoyed now.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be interesting for Sufor. This could help him massively. Sean needs to get through Twin Cam very, very quickly.
Here we go, Twin Cam already doing his teammate a huge service. And yeah, he will have the chance to perhaps block him into the Nouvelle chicane by braking a little bit earlier than he normally would, but it seems like Twin Cam just wants to pull off the best possible lap that he can with this opportunity. Doesn't need to play any further games when Sean is already just under a lot of stress, and Dodislaw says he wants to retire from the race. He doesn't see the car making it any further, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that is another retirement to add to the list, as Sean is really trying to find a way through on Twin Cam now, and Twin Cam stays out another lap. Surely, no, Sufor's made a stop. Sufor is in, and will be back out on the track. In fact, is he already back out on the track? Yeah, look,
no, he's going to take turn one now.
Yeah, there he is, just on the edge of shot, and he's going to be miles ahead. Sufor plays a blinder. Sean Lee. I reckon if Sean had waited an extra lap, he would have been all right.
Yeah,
but yeah,
probably. Oh, he's going for it.
He has to.
Not quite. Here we go.
Oh, he's on the inside. He's got the overlap.
It is Mirabeau that gets him to success. Red Bot will be lapped again here, so it could give Sean a chance, but it just puts us back to where we were probably 7 or 8 laps ago when Sufor had a lead of about 2 seconds, and then Sean chipped away at it. Yeah, definitely Twin Cam. I'm sure there would have been a few pints on Monday for Patrick's Day, but yeah, there would be a free one, because of course there's no Guinness shortage here at home. It's everyone else who's suffering from a lack of the black stuff.
Yeah, well, Sean's made quick work in the end of Twin Cam, but that was some good strategy from the Born to Race drivers. Sean just slightly miscalculating the space that he had over Twin Cam. Twin Cam in the chat. Plan executed, he says, as Red Bot gets out of the way. Twin Cam pits. Beautifully done. Sean stays out.
And Matt Jester will, of course, get back ahead of Twin Cam. So Matt Jester is back where he wants to be on that podium. And Robert Bozzo is 5th place now, all by himself, but I don't think he's pitted yet. So it will be a case of Kierland de Boer who'll want to try and snatch that position away from him when his time does come for a pit stop.
Yeah, it really emphasises the trouble that quite a number of the drivers had at the start of this race by the gaps to our race leaders now who have pitted. But you've got the drivers like Gabba 40 seconds off the lead with a pit stop done. Just proves that there is no easy way around this track with this many cars. All sorts of stumbling blocks. Sean is making good time. Sean is back to being within 1.5 seconds of Sufor. So Sufor has got to get his defence face on for the next 20 laps.
Without a doubt. Yeah, every minute counts here around Mini Monaco. Still, of course, it is the first time we've driven it with this painstakingly recreated layout. So it will feel like a whole new advantage. Sean breaks 1 minute 17.99. So Sufor has lost a lot of that advantage that Twin Cam afforded him. So this race is back on without a doubt.
Yeah, Sufor's 9 lives were spent in that one incident, or that one kind of genius scenario that they pulled off. But now it's all back to being fair, and Sean is taking time out of Sufor like it's going out of fashion. I mean, Sean has done that many laps around here that there's nobody that knows every inch of this layout better than him. So fair play to Sufor for keeping him at bay for now. And it's still not straightforward from here. It looked fairly straightforward on Twin Cam, but Sufor is going to give up. He's not going to give up without a fight.
No, he certainly won't give up. He knows this is a great opportunity to get himself higher up in the championship. Still plenty more racing to be done, of course, but we will see the finale to the season later in the year. But yeah, plenty more to go. But Sean knows he wants to win this race, get himself into that prestigious Hall of Winners. But of course, having worked on the track by himself, I believe, certainly he would have been dreaming of this day for a long time, and it's here. He wants to be the winner. Another run through Portier, and Sean, this lap he gains a 10th in sector 1, but sector 2 is the really long one on this track. It covers nearly half the circuit, really. But we'll move on briefly to Magic and Kirill. Magic holding on to this position in 6th. Kirill wants to find a way by and catch up to Robert, just down the way there, heading towards Portier himself. And, yeah, Magic is just doing what he needs to do at the moment. With the tunnel, you can get back up to maximum acceleration here. 4th gear now, heading into the gentle right curb before they're straight back down the gearbox. 2nd gear and a tag in the back. That's no problem for Magic. He actually is rewarded there. And then Nossel down in 14th and last of the remaining runners, a lap down. He's watching to see what Kirill can do now that he's lost that time.
Sean's made a hash of Sandevot, flouted the apex sleeping policeman, and sent him up into the wall a little bit. No big damage by the looks of it, and I'm sure he'll close that gap again, but just more time being given to Sufor. Sufor doing everything he needs to do at this point to keep the lead. As we've got Magic in the pit lane, and he exits towards Sandevot once again. Unlike the GP track, there is a wall dividing the drivers on this recreation. And up he goes towards Massenet once again.
Yeah, it does avoid the whole debate about pit lane exit rules. If you just have a big wall to keep everybody nice and contained, so they don't risk entering the track earlier than they should. So that's all fair. In my mind, a good idea.
Well, over start finish, what's the gap going to be between our leaders? It's 1.4 seconds. It goes up again. I think Sean clouted the wall at Anthony Noakes, and that's just not hurt his pace down the home straight. But yeah, I'm having a fabulous time watching this. This is uncanny.
Yeah, I know Sean has been eager for us to bring more LRL content to sim broadcasts, and yeah, another hit of the wall there, to be honest, but I'm glad we chose this one. This has been an absolute treat so far, and there's plenty more to go.
Yeah, it really shows you the potential of Live for Speed, because the racing is real, that's for sure. And let's see what Sean can do here. Loses a couple more tenths to our race leader. Sufor's doing a great job, and the longer Sean gives Sufor to warm up and learn every inch of this track, we know Sufor can learn on the job. It's going to get harder and harder as the laps tick away. 17 to go at the end of this one.
Yeah, and then with the 17 laps to go as they cross the line, he knows the tire. He should know roughly where the tires are by now, and they're looking very good to me. So that's where he has that element out of certainly within his control. I don't think that should cause him any problems as Mad Jester comes into the pits, so he will concede 3rd place to Twin Cam, but he will hold on to 4th without a doubt. So Mad Jester now back off the podium, and we Could be a chance for Robert Bozo. He's going very long in this stint, I believe, Pete. So yeah, it is a great chance for him to have a late push when he makes his own pit stop.
There we go. Drivers using different strategies today. It's worked well for our race leaders. Of course, they managed to keep it clean at the start. There was a kerfuffle down the field, which has shaken up the order lower down, but our top three remain as they were at the very beginning, as the drivers at the front of the grid make their way through to the swimming pool and out towards the final couple of corners on the racetrack. Yeah, Sean is right back with Sufor again.
Yeah, of course. So what else could happen? That's one to find out. The hill they go again. More belief in Sean now as he gets another half a second away from Sufor, but they'll feel like many of the legendary battles of the past around Monaco, where the quicker car often is stuck. Of course, there is the famous Senna versus Mansell, but you can also consider Bernaldi versus Coulthard. That was another one that, you know, certainly Sufor and Sean being race leaders, it's certainly not a case of a backmarker versus a supposed challenger for the win, but yeah, definitely it reminds me of that sort of carry-on.
If you didn't join us from the very beginning of our broadcast, you will have missed the trailer that Sean put together specifically for this event. We'll play it again at the end, so do stick around. It is excellent. Sort of a flashback to the past. Slicing in footage from, I think, a test race that they put together. As Sean had to straight line the chicane, almost ran it, or did run into the back of Sufor. Just over eager into the brakes, and instead of hitting the back of Sufor, decides to go straight on through his runoff. Again, we're back to square one again.
Yeah, all that effort is out the window, so advantage back to Sufor. 9/10 of a second up. Yeah, Sean will try again next time, but yeah, definitely the anxieties will start to build, even though there is still enough time, another 15 laps or so to go.
I wonder how long this took to put together this track. Seriously, I want to know how many hours this took. This is a staggering amount of effort. That cannot be downplayed. So, really wonderful to have, to be honest.
Yeah, I can only imagine if you realize you made a mistake as the track gets further along its creation, then you have to undo that mistake and fix it later on. So I really don't know how to build a circuit myself, so I can only imagine how much effort to get this bang on it was for Sean. So yeah, definitely 10 out of 10, full credit to him. He's gained a lot of the time back here. 6/10 is the difference, so Sean could now be in position in the next minute or so to have his first proper go at Sufor. When he had to take his pit stop, that was as close as he got before, and now he's back in play.
Yeah, we ride on board once again on to lap 24. Sufor with a slide. Sean into the wall again, but this is close once again. Where can Sean get through? I mean, if Sufor's awake and keeps driving as consistently as he has been, it doesn't matter if he's half a second a lap slower. He's not going to be able to find a way through.
Of course, yeah, it will require something very special. See, it's just a too short of a run into the Grand Hotel hairpin to do anything here. And Sean tips off the wall again, giving Sufor advantage out of the tunnel, or into the tunnel, I should say. Yeah, he's definitely got a pace advantage until the very end. So now it's level again. Oh, understeer again for Sean. So yeah, these things are costing him that time.
This is brilliant to watch. I think we'll just leave it in this camera view, to be perfectly honest, and just see what happens. Nobody else is that close in our field. We've got Twin Cam third.
Well, incorrect, because Robert Bozo has two
incorrect
competitors. Yeah, so
yeah,
that time he's been spending on the circuit is certainly now working against him. And Kirill, get out of my way. Yeah, and actually he does move out of the way. So that was for position. It's P5 for Kirill. Gabor wants it straight away to get a top 5 for himself after that nasty lap 1 carnage. It will mean a lot to Gabor, and he's done it.
Yeah, through and up into P6 then. Takes that away from Kirill. Yeah, I can imagine the drivers are having a lot of fun. I want to be in this race. That says a lot, I
Yeah,
think.
that says a lot. Yeah, the next overtaking point for Sean, it won't be until perhaps La Rascas at best. He just has to stay in behind Sufor for a little bit longer. There is Rayman, who could be lapped later on. So again, a bit more born to race. 4D chess could be coming up soon, but we'll leave that to the later moment when that happens. So let's see. Again, Sean takes more time on this lap. It's just so close.
It doesn't matter. That's the problem. It does not matter. He's been in this situation 5-6 times in this race already, and he hasn't found any opportunity to get through on Sufor. Sufor is consistent where he needs to be, and it's punishing Sean.
Of course, yeah, it really is. Definitely hard to make this overtake, but if he does pull it off once, I know he'll be able to play the same mind games on Sufor, because Sufor hasn't yet conceded the lead on circuit. It's been through the pit stops more than anything. So,
well, he didn't even lose the lead in the pits.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, it was Twin Cam just behind him. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, well, it helps to have a teammate in the race, and that played nicely. I don't know. Sean could have potentially waited a little bit longer, but I was of a mind that he had to pit, but I didn't quite realise how close Twin Cam was. So yeah, they've both pulled the blinder. To be fair, I think it's important that Sufor pitted immediately after Sean did. Otherwise, it could have been a different picture.
Yeah, but you only really know with the benefit of hindsight. I probably would have done the same thing as Sean myself, but that's just the way it goes. It's really, really close. There's bit of a wobble from both the drivers there out of the chicane there. Now La Rascas and Anthony Noj. So here we go again with Rayman. There he is in plain view there, the dark blue car. It's all happening here. P10 for Rayman, but he's got to pick his spot here.
Oh, here we go.
Get out of the way. Here we go, Sean. He has his best opportunity. He's going to pull out to the outside, ride the high line through Massenet, and tries a bit of an undershoot for the casino. Rayman is out of the way, so he does block that potential inside line. But that's good fair play from Rayman. It wasn't anything overly ambitious or silly. So yeah, well done to Rayman for getting out of the way. But Sean is so close. He can sense this overtaking point with 11 laps, well, 10 and a half laps to go.
My mind is filling in the blanks that the LFS version of this track could not provide. It's like watching the Grand Prix. It's brilliant stuff. And Sean using every trick in the book to try and find the way around Sufor, but Sufor just holding his line and driving a perfect race at the front at the moment with all the pressure on him of Sean Lee, who can be a handful to deal with. Let's say that and leave it there. But he's doing great. Both these drivers giving each other the respect and having a great race and putting on a good show.
This is an absolute classic here for LRL. Hopefully one to make next year's trailer. He's going for it. Oh, so close. Definitely lap times are sinking as the battle really does engage. 1 minute 19's way beneath their 1 minute 17, 1 minute 18 standards in the peak element of this race. It's all about who gets the checkered flag first. And Sufor doing what he's got to do now to block. Yeah, it's defensive action for Sufor to try and win the race.
Well, we're into the final 10 laps, and well, Sean gets 9 more tries to do it into Portier. Trying everything.
Perfect block of the apex by Sufor.
And a perfect exit.
Yes.
They're back.
There is a battle for P8, by the way. They won't be lapped anytime soon, I don't think, but we can see now into Sandoval. It is Magic versus Andrelus. So Andrelus, we haven't really seen much of him, but he's giving it a right effort to try and get P8. Magic hiding Ryline and Massenet before Casino. And yeah, this is another example. It goes to show defensive drivers have the advantage here around Mini Monaco.
Yeah, dramatic stuff. Sean's going on the outside at Massenet again. It's not quite worked out. Not as far alongside as he was on the last attempt. Sufor feeling as though he needs to go defensive into... Oh,
Yeah,
there's
Mirabeau.
contact.
Oh, small bit of contact, yeah. Yeah. Chance to overtake a Portier. It's just not really possible unless you're already side by side. Again, we're waiting to see what could possibly occur here. And Sufor ready to use the regular racing line perfectly once again.
You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Sean.
On the final lap. If
Yeah,
Sean is
he will
not
go
past
for
him
it, yeah.
by the time we get to the Nivelle chicane, it's going to be a send. It's going to be like we saw in the trailer. Alonso being sent into the chicane. Androulis went for a move on Magic into Sandoval. It didn't work out, and he's still behind, but he's still thinking about giving it a good go. That's on to lap number 30. Come our two race leaders. They've had the lion's share of the camera. That's only fair. They've been putting on a great show.
Of course, and there's just the anxiety building up now. Sean using a bit of a drift entry there into Massenet. And he's going to work his socks off just to find that one brain fade, perhaps in Sufor. If he loses concentration for just a split second, that's when Sean will pounce. I'm sure his mouse hand will be wearing out now. He's been pushing almost faultlessly all day long. And he now wants to find that overtaking point.
Well, this is where I think the send's going to happen on the final lap if it doesn't work out before then. And so far, so good. Sufor is always so good on the exit out of the Nivelle chicane. Doesn't give any time at all to Sean. But people in the chat starting to draw parallels. This is brilliant stuff.
Oh, really hugging the Rascasse wall there was Sean, just to find any possible gap. Still not happening for him as we head to the start-finish straight. Their speed is equal, so there's no chance of a full send here. Just too risky. Their lap times are improving again, so Sufor not needing to back him up all the way. He can just do what he wants to do. And again, definitely the first sector is a bit more friendly and more contact, but it's okay. The two cars are safe to proceed. No significant trouble to either vehicle. They're all nice and safe without wings or anything like that. Whoa, tag of the rear left there, maybe against the wall, or just a big power slide.
Magic has spun, and that gives a glimmer of hope to Androulis, but somehow Androulis is still behind.
Still behind,
Magic has had a spin. Oh, I don't know. We didn't quite catch it on the cameras, but I was expecting to see a different picture when I panned the camera, but no.
Maybe. Rayman's too far back. He's only really at Cassine now.
Oh.
Oof.
There wasn't enough room for him to get through. Magic smashed the apex. Smashed the outside wall at Nogues. And Androulis has got to find another way past. So yeah, the battle between P8 and P9 is a mirror of what's happening at the very front, albeit at different points on the timing tower. And everything else other than these two battles is pretty much leveled out. We do have a fight between the two race green teammates at the back, between Redbot and Nozzle. And in fact, Redbot is overtaken there by Nozzle.
Yeah, great job there for Nozzle to get by. Still enough time for Redbot to counter attack, but it's going to be very, very shortcomings, I think, if he's not able to settle down quickly. But back to the race lead battle, heading into the Nivelle chicane again. It's just Sufor knows what to do and how to pull it off and keep Sean at bay for another point in the lap. Is it going to carry on any further? Let's see. Sufo gets a better exit out of the chicane, and he will have an advantage into the final few corners. Yeah, Sean is starting to understeer a bit more here, Pete. I am a bit concerned about this. It is Sufo pulling clear now.
Yeah, it's
Nearly
starting to become a
8/10.
bit worrying. Sean needs to be piling on the pressure. He can't be giving this sort of impression to Sufo that it's over. Sean needs to be hassling him till the very end. And Androulis, likewise, well, he's in a better situation at this point. He is there hounding the back of Magic. 48 and out into the tunnel once again. And I fully expect to see a send. I mean, Androulis is surely getting impatient as well. He needs to go for a send here. We've seen it many times in real life. It works better in real life because you've not got advertising banners blocking the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a valid overtaking spot if you're desperate on the final lap, I think. But it is only if you're desperate, because it's going to ruin the other person's race. As Magic bounces off yet more walls, proves that this is a traffic jam, single file in most places.
More
Runs
news
back
here
on
because
Sufo.
Bozo has pitted. Robert Bozo completes his mandatory stop, going very deep into the race. And Gabor in P5 achieved the fastest lap of a 1:17.69, meaning, yeah, it's late stage, peak final boss here. But the odds of him catching Mad Jester on merit is very, very slim. But, you know, you never know with Gabor. He'll always push to the very end. So let's see how he gets on. And here we go again with the leaders. So close for Sean. A better lap this time, more like it for him. And just so close. The temptation to pull off the big lunge. I'm sure Sean is ready to do it, but it's just far too soon now with 4 to go.
This is the thing, I can pretty much guarantee you that Sean can hear us in his ears somehow, and we're egging him on to go for the send into the chicane. It's going to happen at some point, but he's too far back to do it there. He's so much later on the brakes than Sufo. He's able to get that car slowed down so much better, but he needs to get the exit out of Portier to be able to do it, because there isn't really no other opportunity on the lap for him to be able to make a move. Maybe Sandoval, we've seen a couple of people make the move there, but it's going to be all about corner exit, and Sufo so far has nailed it. Goes into it for a lunge in Raskas. It doesn't work.
No, he has to perhaps sacrifice that lap now. Just he has to do a regular hot lap on lap 35 to be back on the tail of Sufo for lap 36, and then for the finale, as the clock has passed midnight over in Singapore, so it's 23 minutes past midnight in Sean's time zone, and he's got to think, I want to end my night on a glorious note, and he's got to do it in the next 5 minutes, or else it's game over.
Yeah, there's a bit of traffic. This could come into play. I wonder if this is going to affect our lead battle with just 2 laps to go after this one. It's Magic, so potentially we're okay here. That does mean that Androulis has got through on Magic, and well, now we're going to see Magic lapped by our race leader. And it was in my ear, I'm hearing that it was a send by Androulis into this very corner here on the previous lap, Nivelle. So that's what Sean needs to be doing, and he's only got 2 opportunities left to do it in this race, Owen.
Of course, yeah. So he needs to think, where on this track have I opened up an opportunity for an attacking driver? Where can I do this?
Well,
where is Sufo going to struggle? As thank goodness, yeah, Magic was able to slow down in a gap that could be filled by the race leaders, and it's all fair. So here we go, he's wobbling out of the final corner. He wants to find every piece of power out of his engine and to push Sufo to the limit, make him fall into an error or something like that. Perhaps Sean's favorite corners coming up here. Massenet, he likes the high sides just to try and cut back in, using another nudge just to think, yeah, pushing out Casino is their way through. Sufo blocks, and he takes the outside line. So close, but the hotel hairpin, again, it's just too difficult. That's almost impossible.
You should have made the track wider, Sean.
That's not what he wants to hear whatsoever.
You should have added some Mario Kart shortcuts, Sean.
alas, yeah, just a bit of hindsight. He's thinking about it. Sufor blocks the inside this
Sufor
time.
defends well.
Yes,
Wow.
so he's able to react to what was coming. If he stayed on the ordinary racing line, Sean would have had him on the inside and they would have banged wheels. So again, the chance, I think it's Sandoval or bust. And Sufor knows that.
Well, Sean needs to back off. He needs to give Sufor.
Oh, but also spun it. Oh, of all the things, like I had that as the chase cam, and I just see a spun Formula 60 right in the way. There's
and that's hurt Sean.
No chance.
Something's sent him. Well, he's lost a bunch of time now, and this really is probably Nivelle or bust. There's a bit of a traffic ahead of Sufor. That is Androulis, who's maybe going to slop it in front of Sean. No, Sean's through as well. Compromises his line slightly. Sufor wide at Massenet, but now Sean has one opportunity left, and everybody knows where that opportunity is. He needs to close up that gap, and he needs to get the perfect A-class exit out of Portier. Otherwise, it's game over. Sean needs to back it off now. He needs to line up Portier perfectly and get the perfect run through the tunnel. It's his only chance. Let's see if he can do it, Eoin.
It looks good. Sufor has to pick a defensive line. He's going to hold it on the ordinary apex. He's got the inside. He's blocking. Sean takes the high side. He could have it on the right-hander. No, Sufor blocks it. Extraordinary. Genius from Sufor there to pull off the defensive move. He had the better turn in. And he holds on. 2 more chicanes to go, really. This is Sean's last gasp. He won't win it on straight line speed. Sufor hits the sausage curves a bit harder into La Rascas. It's so close, but it's not going to happen. Sufor's got this. He's got to clear the wall. He will. Sufor wins it here, Pete. Absolutely brilliant. What a drive to get that ball and convert it into a win.
Well, Sufor played the perfect game. I'm amazed. He managed to hold on over Sean Lee. Sean made the track. Sean's put so much practice in. And, well, he threw everything on the kitchen sink and more at Sufor during that race. But fair play to Sufor. Champion's drive, that one. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, they're both mouse drivers, yeah.
Well, there we go. The risks are going to be fairly painful, I expect, at the moment, because that was pretty intense. Sean's going to be upset a bit, but I think he'll appreciate the race. That was fantastic stuff. He can't be disappointed with the event, that's for sure.
Yeah, Mini Monaco was picked as a round for Sim Broadcasts to cover. It would have meant the world to make it one of our best streams of the year thus far. But alas, he wanted perhaps to be the winner today in the 48-minute, 48-second race, but he just couldn't have everything his own way today. But yeah, no doubt about it. Well done to those two. They were the class of the field in qualifying, and they pulled away when there was carnage behind them, and it was all about them. But Twin Cam, sure, will be given a huge pat on the back as well from his team that helped Sufor at a difficult moment to pull the gap away again in the pit stops.
That was crucial. That was absolutely crucial. Sean's gap. I don't know if he'd have waited a couple of laps to pit, maybe that would have been the difference maker, but he chose to go in when he chose to go in, and that could have been the decision of the race. But yeah, what a race. Fantastic stuff. And I think this is due a rerun in 2026. This is a nice sort of parallel that we've drawn here between the Real Monaco GP and a miniature version in LFS as the drivers walk up to the start-finish line. Sufor there on the left of shot, Sean on the right, and coming through to take his place in P3, the difference maker, Twin Cam.
There he is, yeah. So he said in the pre-race they didn't want to stream because he didn't feel he'd be any good to watch. But yeah, definitely Twin Cam pulled out a mighty performance of his own to make sure no one in his realm could catch him like Mad Jester or Gabor. So yeah, definitely driver of the day. It's difficult to split it between Sufor or Sean, but yeah, definitely Twin Cam can be very pleased with that effort there to get on the podium beside these two elite drivers, with Mad Jester 4th, Gabor 5th, and then Kiro, the last driver on the lead lap, in 6th.
Yeah, remarkable number of cars finishing a lap down or more. Androulis there, the first car on the one lap up with Magic, Robert Bozo, and Rayman, your top 10. Then we had Javier, Nozzle, Redbot, and Flyaway, your 14 finishers, with the DNF ultimately for Dodislav. Not sure what happened there. Then we had Haya, Blaze Hun, Erup, and Lahanik. Then we've got on the second page, we've got a few more DNFs to. Oh no, we don't. I think that's strange. I thought we had more, but maybe we don't. Yeah, we have 19 cars. Sorry, on our table there. I thought more cars started than that. My apologies. But yes, the podium is set. Sufor wins the 2025 edition of the Mini Monaco GP in Live for Speed.
Yeah, he gets the job done. And Sean, yeah, he feels the pain in his hands without any doubt. Really, really tough on him. It's late at night for him, so he gave it his very best. And yeah, the painstaking hours, yeah, they will definitely be memorable. I know, yeah, all the effort it's delivered a fantastic event, and yeah, at least from now on, if he wants to have the layout used in future, he's got it in the pocket now. He doesn't have to rebuild it again. And indeed, Sean does give the medal for being the best assistant to his teammate Sufor. So yeah, there you go. Well done to Twin Cam.
We've got some interviews, but before we do that, we will remind the viewers that we have more rounds of the championship coming up. We've got Aston Banana in 2 weeks' time on April 5th, round 6 of the championship. Feel free to join for that. I think we'll have a word with Sean Lee. Sean, that was brilliant. Second place ultimately, but Sufor, well, he had you there, mate.
Yeah, it was tighter than I imagined. I think both of us were pretty much on the same pace.
I don't know. I think you definitely had the pace over Sufor, but such is the nature of the track you have created, obviously inspired by the real track, which has similar sort of inherent issues. It was impossible to get past when he was kind of, on your pace.
Yeah, it was. I think the size of the car is a bit big, maybe. but there's no other car that has the same steering for this track, so it was chosen. It is tight. I mean, it is like the real thing. Tried a few into the rest class, tried a few into swimming pool. All didn't work because Sufor was on the ball with his defending. But yeah, I think it was a fun one. I'm not sure how it was for you guys watching the race outside.
It was brilliant from our side.
Yeah,
I think
excellent.
Yeah, I think I would agree. This was excellent. So thanks for having us along, Sean. Definitely a spectacle. People in the chat drawing parallels between F1 races from yesteryear. So yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. I think this has to make a return, Sean. I think you'll agree.
Yeah, I think next year if we do run this layout racing league, hopefully we'll bring it back, and hopefully we'll be able to run it with a bit more people, maybe a bigger grid. Let's see how the chaos will go. But yeah, so
you're saying you want more chaos? You might not have seen it, but the first lap was chaotic everywhere behind where you were on the track. So I don't know if any more drivers is going to improve the situation. I think we had a good turnout, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it was a very balanced turnout. I pity Gabor. I think he got punted out of 5th or something.
Well, he got trapped. He got pinned against a car and a wall, so he had nowhere to go. So too did quite a number of cars. It was an absolute mess up at Massenet on the first lap.
But yeah, I think from the front, I think it was pretty good. I saw the mini map, there was a lot of battles as well. So, and a lot of people were passing each other relatively without contact. So it was. I would think it was a success.
Right, we've got to ask the question. Talk us through the last few laps. Your exit out of Portier was never good enough until the final lap, maybe, to get through. By which point, Sufor realised learned how to defend into the Nivelle chicane. Talk us through it. It must have been fairly frustrating.
Yeah, I think I was, for most of the race, I was stuck behind his gearbox, so I was able to see how he was driving the car into corners, and he had quite a lot of push on his steer. So coming into Portier, I could line him up. I would know that he would run wide, or at least check up a bit, so I could carry a bit more speed. But he was always there on the exit into the Nivelle chicane, was it? Yeah, he was always there, and I tried a few times on the inside. Unless there was going to risk a collision, I wasn't going to do it. So it was tight, really tight.
Yeah, I mean, we also really enjoyed the trailer you put together for this race. We'll play it again at the end of the broadcast for people who missed it at the beginning. But yeah, thanks for putting in the effort needed to promote this event today, Sean. I think you've put some nice stuff together, and the track itself. I mean, wow.
Yeah, hopefully this will set a precedent to like what layouts could be. I mean, a lot of layouts that could be worth taking a look at as well. Maybe next season we'll include a few more track builders as well. Definitely Live for Speed has a lot of opportunity for expanding this area. Let's hope there's enough support for here that we can make much more great things, especially going forward with the new updates coming soon.
Hi Sean, commiserations on the race, but I'd like to just ask you about your decision to come into the pits to try and undercut Sufor. I know you mentioned there Twin Cam was the big assistant, but what was your ambition? What was the hope of the strategy? Was it to try and get ahead, or what was the plan?
Yeah, that wasn't really a plan. I think it was just to pit. I had the stream on. I had the stream on right below my monitor, but it was really soft volume. I could hear Pete say, "You should pit now." So I was like, "All right, I guess there's enough space."
Oh, hang on. So it's my fault.
Oh no, it was my fault for not looking at the map, but it's really hard to gauge as well because the pit entry at exit is not the easiest to come in, so you have to really watch your speed. So I guess if it was totally clean, maybe I could have gotten in front of Twin Cam, but it was really tight, and I knew like he was going to put up a fight anyway. To be fair, he let me by quite easily. Maybe he was like, you want to ruin the front battle.
Well, that was I hope I didn't affect the race, but it sounds like I did. Yeah, I should probably keep my mouth shut while Sean's listening to the broadcast during the race. But I do not apologise for baiting you into doing a send into Novell at the end. That was totally intended. But yeah, it's a pleasure to talk to you again, Sean. We'll let you get to bed. We know it's late in Singapore, but well done and congrats on a successful event, and congrats on P2.
Thank you guys, and hopefully see you next time. See you next year.
Yeah, see you soon, Sean. Well, we'll see you at the final round, hopefully.
Yeah, we have a final round too.
Stay tuned, everybody who's watching this series. There's a lot more races to come.
Yes, we shall talk about that now. Thanks, Sean. Sean Lee there, the promoter for the Layout Racing League, alongside Nico Pontola, of course. This event couldn't happen without them, and of course we thank New Dimension Racing, who are here today as well, supporting with their race control team in the background. Let's quickly recap the season schedule, show the viewers the races that are coming up. You can see there that we're going to be broadcasting at least round 12 at the Sidus Ring at the end of the season in July. So we look forward to being back for that one. Owen, it's been a pleasure. I think that was a success. I think we enjoyed that one.
Oh, we did, without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely wonderful to see this idea come to life in a new format, with Mini Monaco being, of course, an actual half-size Circuit de Monaco. So absolutely well done to Sean for all the effort, and indeed NTR helped out with the organisation around the race. If there was a need for a safety car like that, it would have been on standby, but thankfully we were able to get green flag racing all the way, and that is a testament, as Gabor says in chat. The track is really well made and it was fun to drive around. So yeah, thank you very much for the instant feedback there, Gabor. I think that's absolutely accurate as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, good to mention Stuart Baker, who was obviously on standby as a safety car if we would have needed it. We didn't see it today, probably for the best, but there we go. Yes, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks to all the competitors, obviously, and to Sean, Nico, and the NDR team as well, and to Chris for making such great cameras for today's event. From all of us here at Sim Broadcasts, have a good one. That's been me, Pete, and Eoin Harmon in the commentary box for another Sim Broadcast. We'll see you next time, tomorrow night, in fact, for the fourth round of the E-Challenge, which is coming your way at 6 p.m. From all of us here to all of you, have a great one. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to a very sunny and bright Monty. Editions like these make it a lottery. Literally anybody can win.
That's it. Schumacher's away well. It's lights out and away we go. Second place for Ferrari. Inside, duking it out.
Here come the lights. We are green.
This is now side by side for the race lead.
Yeah, big pile up there.
They're so close. Gets a bump for his trouble.
Mad stuff.
It's gonna be a photo finish, folks.